I want to bring in child protection specialist Barbara Amirati from Save the Children, who led their border response team back in 2019. Barbara, thanks for being here. First, I want to talk about the cause of this crisis. What drives families to flee their homes and in some cases send their young children alone on a dangerous journey into a foreign country?
Sure. Thank you so much, and thank you to the two colleagues who are on the line. The situation for these children in their home country is such that they are exposed to violence, to exploitation. We had 3 devastating sequenced hurricanes in the fall of 2020. So these folks have been on the move for months, not just weeks. Even these families that have been stranded along the Mexican border as they were expelled under, as your colleagues mentioned, under the prior administration, unaccompanied children were not allowed in. So therefore, you had even more children waiting on that side of the border. And then, of course, families who are there who are making this unconscionable choice of having their child come across when they learned that the Biden administration is, from a humanitarian standpoint, allowing those children to enter the United States and seek protection.
And Barbara, we keep hearing that how bad the circumstances are in the places these people are leaving, but can you offer some specifics there? Because sometimes general terms are hard to paint a picture. We heard from that one family saying that they have no jobs and they were being approached by gangs trying to pressure them to work with them. They didn't want to do that. Can you offer just some specific examples for us to be able to put a picture on that?
Sure. Gang violence and recruitment into gangs and threatening family members. So attempting to recruit the young males into the gang, and if they decline joining that gang and participating in that level of violence, threats against their sisters, their family, the other children that they're with. We have heard stories, and certainly living through the 2019 influx of families where the women who left their home countries because of this left knowing that rape was not an if, it was a when, but they would do that to protect their child. So if they had to make a choice, so the situation was that bad that they had to leave. The exploitation by the cartels throughout Mexico, constant kidnapping over and over again, families who are traveling and have the name of a family member or phone number of a family member in the United States, and the kidnappers taking that number and exploiting funds from them. So in their home country, the threat of violence, the threat of sexual exploitation and abuse of their siblings and their families, and then along the route being exploited every step of the way.
And then we're seeing these new images now from Congressman Henry Cuellar's office, apparently taken over the weekend inside one of these holding facilities in Donna, Texas. What's your reaction when you see these conditions?
So obviously it's horrible for anyone who sees them, or the government, as well as certainly the humanitarian and the border communities. But these facilities, these law enforcement facilities, these were never meant to support children, and they're ill-equipped to support children. So we have, number one, our first priority is to support getting those children out of those facilities as quickly as possible. So we have all of those circumstances in play that have caused a spike in the numbers of children, done almost out of a gesture of the right thing to do. But then we have COVID as an overlay. And those Health and Human Services is the department of the government that has the access to legal, social, and emotional and physical health support services for these children, getting them from the law enforcement facilities into those services and those authorities, COVID has caused a reduction in that capacity. So if that capacity is reduced and you spike the number of children arriving, you end up with a situation which is understandable, but importantly, expediting that process. We are aware that they have the administration has made a change to attempt to expedite that reunification process in having children's information of their family member in the United States collected and transmitted immediately electronically to the Department of Health and Human Services. That's a step in the right direction. But again, the sheer numbers and the lack of capacity on the other side is what's causing that backlog of children and them to have to stay in the border facilities. So number one, these children, have been traumatized. They need to have, they need to get out of that environment, ensure that they have experts with support in trauma and legal expertise to help them move as quickly as possible into the next segment of their reunification.
Now, Barbara, really quickly, because we're out of time, but I just want to ask you, what's the ultimate fix here? You're saying speeding up the process of reuniting these children with their family in the United States. What else can be done to slow this influx of people and get these kids to safety?
I think it's more the children are there. So I don't think, as we said, those children have been traveling for months. It's not as if, I appreciate the concept that the administration has opened the door, but these children have been there. These families have been there. So less than slowing it, it's more of how to speed through and make efficient the process, bring child protection experts and welfare experts, the legal experts, get them involved in the processing so that children can be moved more quickly to their families who are waiting for them, and to ensure that they are connected to those services in the United States that can help them once they are in their final destination.
All right, Barbara Amirati from Save the Children. We appreciate your time today and your work, Barbara. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.